Well, yet another zombie film is out, so of course I had to go check it out. 28 years later, The Bone Temple. From the film that came out last year, 28 years later, comes this sequel, The Bone Temple. I absolutely loved that film from last year. I thought Danny Boyle returned in such a great big way, and it was an awesome film. It wasn't a perfect movie, but it was really well done. Well, this sequel, The Bone Temple, might even be better than the original, and I cannot believe I'm saying that. I was going into this movie so skeptical. First of all, it was being directed by Nia DaCosta, who's not like a bad director or anything, but she doesn't have the greatest track record, if that's the way to put it. And boy, was I ever put in my place, because she did a fantastic job. I thought this is her best film she's ever done. I think it's the best looking film she's ever done, even though it's in this gross, gritty, dark, post-apocalyptic world with these rage-infected virus people running around eating people and all this gross stuff, of course. But I think it's her best-looking film.
Really ridiculously good-looking?
First of all, I have to say, it's really well written by Alex Garland. I think it's way better written than 28 Years Later. It might even be better written than even 28 Days Later. This could be the best written script out of all the 28 Days Later franchise. Like, it is awesome. This film really streamlined the story and made it a much more accessible while still telling a straightforward movie. Like, the thing with 28 Years Later that I struggled with was that it was a character piece while it wasn't trying to be one. And this film is much more in its element. It feels much more established, and maybe Nia DaCosta has the benefit of that because she already has this world built out for her. She just needs to dive into the deep end of the pool, per se, and play with it a bit more. And so she has more freedom to do things in this movie, and yet it's very restrained in its story. Like, it's a pretty straightforward movie, but for that reason, it might even be a better film than 28 Years Later. So I loved how it was written. I loved that it was only an hour and 49 minutes long. It was perfectly paced. I think that it's got such a propulsive action movie feel while still being really entertaining and also a character piece. And that also comes with the performances. Like, Alfie Williams is fantastic as Spike. He's back again, and he is great as this young adult trying to survive in this horrendous hell landscape. And now he's affiliated and being indoctrinated by this crazy Jimmy gang. Jimmy Crystal, who's played by Jack O'Connell, is magnificently scary in this film. Like, he is equal parts enthralling and terrifying all at once. Like, I thought this is one of the most interesting performances I've seen in a horror film in quite some time. And I'm not surprised, because the man just did Sinners recently, last year, in which he was the villain in that, and he was probably, again, one of the best parts about that movie. So, I mean, give Jack O'Connell all the villainous roles, because he is awesome.
We heard tale of a party. Drank, food, blues music, and the like.
Chai Lewis Perry, who plays like kind of the alpha zombie infected person in this film, is back from 28 Years Later and is also even more compelling in this film. And I don't want to give too much away, but he is great in this movie. But one of the standouts is, of course, as per always, Ralph Fiennes, one of the best actors on the planet. He is so magnificent in this movie. He steals the show and has such a cool, interesting part, fun, in-depth, emotional, heartbreaking story about man and getting your humanity back and what it means to lose your humanity. And just so many great themes are explored through his character in this film. I absolutely loved it. This movie is gory. If you are weak in the stomach, do not see this film, because there's some really gnarly, gross scenes in this movie. Like, even I was like, oh God, like,
Ouch, kibibble.
and I'm someone that doesn't really react that much to gore and violence on screen. I'm probably so desensitized. But even I was like, oh, that's a lot. Like, it was probably the goriest film of the franchise, and that's surprising because there are some amazing gross scenes in 28 Days Later and 28 Years Later, but this definitely takes the cake. What's cool about this movie is that it really explores more so like humanity's dark side, and like it's cool because without spoiling anything, one story is about losing their humanity and another story is about regaining their humanity. And I love the duality of that in this film and how they kind of intersect. Visually appealing, and the cinematography was great. The production design was amazing. Like, the Bone Temple looks even better in this film than it did in the last movie. And the film feels a lot darker in some ways than the other movies, and that's a lot considering how dark this franchise already is. But it also has some really messed up humor in it too. Like, I was laughing a few times throughout this film, probably when I shouldn't have been, but maybe I was just so uncomfortable that I just had to laugh. Either way, it was very entertaining. I was super entertained by this film. You also, with this movie, mileage may vary. If you're not a zombie person, then of course you won't like this film. If you don't like gore or horror, yeah, this movie isn't for you. And the fact that this was one of my most anticipated films of 2026, I think it was like spot number 6 or 7. 6, 7. Oh!
That is not funny.
I love this franchise, and I think what they did with this film, if they could do it again in the third one of 28 Years Later, I am down for it. I'm ready for an adventure again. Ultimately, I really thought this was a successful film. I loved it. I can't wait to watch it again. So I'm gonna go ahead and give 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, an A-. Thank you so much for watching Mr. Teach Film Preach. If you like this video, make sure you click that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. Also, comment down below, what did you think of 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple? Did you like this even more than 28 Years Later? Is this the best film in the franchise? What is your favorite horror movie? I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Come back and check out some other movie reviews, such as Zootopia 2. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next film.